I used to wake up before the sun, not because I wanted to, because I believed every minute I spent sleeping was a minute someone else was getting ahead of me. That was the first lie I swallowed whole. 5 a.m. Alarm goes off. No snooze, ever. Because the gurus told me the snooze button was the sound of your dreams dying. And I believed them. I repeated it. I even preached it to other people. Without realizing it, I had become a salesman for an idea that was quietly taking over my life. Cold showers, rigid routines, relentless schedules. From the outside, it looked like discipline. But what I didn't realize was that something dangerous had already begun. What started as self-improvement slowly turned into something else entirely. Every morning followed the exact same script: cold shower, workout, meal prep, work block, evening review, sleep, repeat, no variation, no spontaneity, no room for anything that wasn't productive. And people loved it. They called me focused, disciplined, driven, a machine. And honestly, I loved hearing that. Because somewhere along the way, discipline stopped being about reaching a goal. It became my identity. I wasn't building a better life anymore. I was performing one. And that's the first dark side of discipline nobody talks about. The moment it stops being a tool and becomes a costume. But to understand how I got trapped, we have to go back to where it all started. I was 22 years old, broke, directionless, living in a tiny apartment that smelled like cigarettes from the previous tenant. 2 failed business ideas behind me. No real plan ahead. Then one night around 2 a.m., everything changed. I fell into a YouTube rabbit hole. Video after video. Men with perfect physiques, perfect routines, perfect lives, all telling me the same thing. The only thing standing between me and success was discipline. It sounded true. It felt true. And when you're desperate, feelings can be more convincing than facts. So I bought in completely. Habit trackers, journals, morning routines, productivity systems. I cut people off, deleted distractions, removed every pleasure that wasn't productive. And for a while, it seemed to work. But what hooked me wasn't the results. It was something far more addictive. The biggest secret in hustle culture is this. They're not selling success. They're selling the feeling of pursuing success. And those are not the same thing. Think about it. Courses, coaching programs, motivational videos, productivity systems. What do they actually deliver? Momentum, excitement, hope, the feeling that you're becoming someone extraordinary. But feelings are not results. And most people spend years trapped in the gap between the two. The uncomfortable truth? The industry needs you to stay there, because the moment you actually arrive, you stop buying, you stop watching, you stop needing them. So there's always another framework, another habit, another mindset breakthrough, another level. The ceiling keeps moving, and you keep chasing it. I chased it for 3 years. Then one day, I finally looked at my life honestly. After 3 years inside the self-improvement machine, I sat down and asked myself a question. Was it actually working? The answer shocked me. My business was barely surviving. My body was exhausted from constant overtraining. Most of my friendships were gone. And worst of all, I didn't even know what I wanted anymore. The goal had disappeared. The grind had taken its place. I had become disciplined. But somehow, I had also become empty. And I couldn't understand how both could be true at the same time. Then I discovered something backed by science that explained everything. Research shows that sustained overwork without proper recovery can significantly reduce cognitive performance. Your decision-making gets worse. Your creativity drops. Your ability to solve problems declines. In other words, grinding harder can actually make you less effective. The military understood this decades ago. Elite special forces don't train at maximum intensity every single day. They work in cycles: stress, recovery, growth. Because a burned-out soldier isn't disciplined. He's a liability. Yet millions of people are burning themselves out and calling it dedication. And the worst part? Burnout doesn't arrive all at once. It sneaks in, quietly, almost invisibly, until one morning your body refuses to play along. That's exactly what happened to me. It was Tuesday morning in November. The alarm went off, 5 a.m., same as always, but this time something was different. I stared at the ceiling. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 20, then 45, and I couldn't move. Not because I was tired, because something deeper had finally caught up with me. The system I'd built to make me stronger had slowly drained all the meaning out of my life. But what happened next would force me to see the true cost of that realization. And it started with a phone call I never answered. My father called me on a Friday evening. I remember the exact time. 5:47 p.m. I had a workout scheduled for 6. His name appeared on my screen. I saw it, and I let it ring. I told myself I'd call him back afterward. After the workout became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Then next month. I convinced myself I'd call when I had good news, when I had results, when I wasn't so busy. 8 months later, and he died. A sudden cardiac event, no warning. One moment here, the next gone forever. And that's when I realized something that changed me. I didn't miss that call because I didn't care. I missed it because I had optimized my life so aggressively. There was no room left for being human, and that was the moment I discovered the darkest side of discipline. The people who quietly build extraordinary lives aren't usually the ones working the hardest. They're the ones who are most selective. They protect their energy. They focus on fewer things, but those things are directly connected to what they truly want. Every action serves a vision, not somebody else's vision, their own. That's the difference. Discipline is powerful when it serves a clear destination. But discipline serving a borrowed identity, that's a prison disguised as freedom. And most people never realize they're trapped. Which leads to the most important question you'll ever ask yourself. What are you actually disciplined for? Not the surface answer. Go deeper. Beyond the business, beyond the body, beyond the bank account. What does your ideal day actually look like? Who's there? What are you doing? How does it feel? Because if you can't clearly picture that future, you might not be building toward a life at all. You might just be running away from a feeling. And no amount of discipline can outrun what's waiting inside you. It will follow you to every finish line. There's one final realization that took me years to learn. The men who burn out aren't always the men who work too hard. They're often the men who never defined why they were working in the first place. The grind filled the space where the vision should have been. So before you set tomorrow's alarm, before you open another productivity app, before you watch another video promising to fix your life, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what am I actually building? And will I still want it when I get there? Because if you can't answer that question honestly, the most disciplined thing you can do today isn't waking up earlier. It's sitting in silence long enough to find the answer. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling you to wake up before the grind does what it did to me.